Hello. We're back on the finale, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get the infinite handgun fucking day. You might notice for the last few episodes I've been wearing the same shirt. It's because, like, I don't do anything. Ooh, I just hit my mic. I don't really do anything. I don't do anything, like, dirty. I don't, it's not like I'm a logger or something, like a shirt does not get dirty, because I know there's probably at least one or two neat freaks that are going to see this at some point, like, even if it's years later, and they're gonna be like, why the fuck are you still wearing the same fucking shirt? Like, dude, a shirt does not get dirty just by wearing it, unless you're like profusely sweat or some shit. Like wearing it twice, and then changing it, like wearing it for 2 days and then changing it, at least in my opinion, is fine. 3 days is a bit of a push. Like that, yeah, like, no. But like 2 days, especially if it looks clean, it feels clean, why not? Plus, it's a fucking great white. Like, who doesn't want to see Jaws? Like, I mean, it's Jaws. Come on, it's Jaws. So yeah, that's a personal bias there. I love wearing this shirt. So, but no, stupid random conversation aside, again, shirt, let's get to it. But yeah, we're doing the finale. Um, the whole rest of this game is going to be a complete and utter cakewalk. Complete and utter cakewalk. Yeah, because we're about to have a boss fight, which is actually skippable. You don't have to fight this boss, but if you want to progress through the game, you have to cut with a knife through the webs that are blocking the door. So you're going to take damage if you try to avoid the fight. So, because of how fairly tiny the space is, you're probably going to take damage anyway. So, unless you really don't have the ammo to spare, but I like I would recommend just doing the fight. Or unless you have a ton of health, and again, you just can't be bothered to fight, even if you do have the ammo. But again, would recommend just doing the fight, especially since we have plenty of ammo to do so. Probably should have brought the mag now that I think about it, because I had plenty of ammo. And even if I used the mag in the snake fight earlier, I probably still would have had enough mag ammo. But again, I don't know. But yeah, big ass fucking spider. Mother spider. You do get poisoned, just like with the snake. I don't know why I missed my shot. I was a little... Oh, I didn't get poisoned, but I think I will be in a minute. Yeah, see, pretty quick fight. Doesn't take... I think what I used 6 shells because I started with 9, I believe. Equip the knife. You will get poisoned by this spider up here, but the damage is very, very minimal, so it's fine. If you really want to take him out, then you're fine. Oh no, I didn't get poisoned. Never mind. I thought I did, but never mind. But yeah, we have a very simple puzzle that's incredibly self-explanatory. I don't really need to say anything. Honestly, we're kind of at the part of the game where all the major stuff that I needed to explain are kind of over and done with, like my mistakes and how to save time. Because everything you see here is borderline a perfect run. When we get to the lab, there might have been a few things that I could have done to save time, but as far as the caves go, there's really not a whole lot you can do to make it faster, to be honest with you. I can't think of anything anyway. You just do the caves as you see, because there's a very set path, and as long as you follow it to a fucking T as fast as you can, which is pretty much as fast as you're able to sprint, then you're golden, really. So, yeah. Yeah, I think most of this video is gonna be, oh, I should have went and got a drink. I'm just gonna let this play out and just mute my mic for the post commentary for a bit because I'm thirsty, and given all the other videos that we've that I've recorded, I mainly talk about the game and just how to be faster and blah blah blah. So there's really nothing for me to comment on right now, and like I said, I'm thirsty, so I will be right back. I'm back. Yeah, nothing happened. I'm sure you guys can all agree, nothing happened for, you know, that was worthy of me like actually explaining it. So this though is probably pretty obvious, but I'll explain it. This is the code to the Switch. But it's in Roman numerals. I don't want to assume everyone knows Roman numerals, but it's 4231. So, and obviously you just press that code left to right. So 4, 2, 3, 1. You know, easy. And then, well, everything down there is pretty self-explanatory. Follow the path, you know, push the box, get the broken flamethrower. Like, everything you see is very self-explanatory. There's really no speed run strat that I know to make that any faster than it already is. So, yeah, this is kind of a bit of an anti-climax, I guess you could say. I don't even know if that was the appropriate, like, phrase or what. I don't even know. Like, just it's not even a climax remotely close. We're just playing a fucking game and you're listening to my annoying ass voice, you know. So but yeah, down here there's really no trick. Just do it as fast, do the objective as fast as you can, and obviously you're gonna see me do it as fast as I can while grabbing some items along the way, some of which I probably didn't need, but doesn't hurt. So,
Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
I don't know why I was like being weird right there, but you know. Yeah, I'm being a bit quiet because I've been, in all the other episodes, I basically was talking non-fucking stop, and like I said, there's really nothing for me to explain here. Like, what you see on screen is what you do, and there's really no, you know, it's not like stair skating where I need to explain why you do it, or like, oh, I made a mistake, so like, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't really have anything to talk about, because I don't want to start talking about something off topic, because then I'm gonna all of a sudden do something that needs explaining, and then it's like, oh, you know. I like to keep consistent with the format, you know. If I've been talking about the game and why things are going on and blah blah blah, I don't want to break that format, because then I feel like a jackass. Although I will see I'm enjoying this delicious green tea. Yeah, we're gonna be heading straight to the lab here in a little bit.
Barry!
Fuck you, Barry, you piece of shit. It's nice to sit back and watch this, you know, with knowing that there's nothing for me to explain. Just sit here and watch some, what I like to think is some fairly good gameplay for a casual. Well, maybe not casual. I mean, well, maybe. Well, I guess it probably is casual, considering there's probably people that have put thousands of hours into this game. I've only put like maybe like a maybe two, not even 200. I don't think so. About 100, 150. Well, I don't know. But yeah, there's the flamethrower. You're gonna use it as a key. You'll see here in a second, and then that key basically gives you access to the exit to the caves. And then we're going straight to the lab, the final area of the game. Yeah, you have a time to put the flamethrower on that thing. You have a time limit. Yep. Sorry if you hear me like hitting my desk and stuff. You know, it's summertime. It's that time of the year. Ants and shit are just roaming around looking for sugary shit or whatever. You know, just. And of course, I tend to drink tea. You know, they sense that shit and they can come running. Yeah, the journals of Lisa. No, poor girl. Poor girl. I don't know why. I probably, well, considering the amount of heals I have, and considering I left the blue herb, I didn't even bother to grab the blue herb because there's really no chance of you getting poisoned from this point forward in the game. So I don't know why the fuck I did that, but oh well. But yeah, right back to the cabin. Yeah, we're gonna I mean, you don't need to organize your inventory right now. I mean, the only thing that you need to do is obviously combine the stone ring and that to make, yeah. But once you combine those two things, you don't, that's it. Because you do get a chance to get another item box before you have to do a big fight with Lisa that's coming up. I say the term fight loosely, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. But, so you do get an opportunity to reorganize right before the fight, but you need that stone, you know, combined, so you can grab the other one that's attached to the door that we're going to go through. You should know what I'm talking about. You'll see it. And then you use both of those to get access to the lab alongside the medallions, but you have an opportunity to get the medallions because you use the medallions after the fight, but you need to use the stone stuff to get access to the fight, and then use the medallions to get access to the lab. I don't know. It probably sounds more convoluted than it is, but I don't know. But I find if I just get everything ready at that item box, I can just bypass the item box that I have to pass and just not open it, since, you know, since I would technically need to go grab, like, you see what I'm saying? Because if I decided to skip the item box that I just entered, I'd have to go to one of the save rooms in the mansion to get the stone ring out to combine with the thing, and then, it's just do everything that you need to do with that item box, and then go straight for the lab. Is the point. Yeah, but as you can see, the game does a fairly good job of making you visit most areas, if not all areas of the game. Which I find nice, because there are some games that are not good at doing that, where they're so easy to miss so many things. But usually if they design a game like that, there's secrets in those areas, so... But yeah, see, now we have both of them. Stone and metal object. And now we can go straight for the lab. Cut through the graveyard to get to the main hall. Yeah, they're like, I wonder what's on the other side of this door. That's scripted to happen, where you hear the chains and everything. Because most people on their first playthrough are probably going to obviously explore back there when you're looking for Wesker in the very first episode, right? And you're gonna try to open the door, but it's gonna be locked because you don't have the stone objects. So it's scripted to do that. So just put the stone rings in, listen to this, thing, and then press X or whatever button again to actually open the door properly. But yeah, like I said, since we got everything we needed back at the cabin, we bypassed that item box and we can go straight to this fight. This is where you make your definitive
Jill,
choice.
You're alive.
Notice how he has a gun behind him.
I was worried, because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me.
Lisa. Poor Lisa.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun.
Yeah, I say no
I can't
because this is where you get his magnum. And remember how I talked about in the other episodes, like things that you could do to improve your time? Like, by doing this, like by killing him and by also not saving Chris, because I didn't get the third MO disc that I would need to do it, I completely screwed myself out of the secret boss fight. So that means I'll be able to finish the game quicker, which is good. That's what we want, right? We're going for infinite ammo. We're trying to do the game as fast as possible. So that's good. And so now that we've made it to where we can't do the secret boss fight, I think you might be able to get away with having one person survive and still skipping the boss fight, but I don't think that's the case. I still think you have to actually, yeah. Oh well. I don't know, but just to be safe, I just kill both of them. Like, just don't save Chris and then just murder Barry. And then that way if for whatever reason you ran out of Magnum ammo, by the time you got to this point, you'll have 6 rounds in Barry's Magnum, and then I think you'll find 6 more rounds in the lab, so you'll still get 12. So between this section and the lab, you should get about 12 mag shots, plus whatever you had from the other mag, and whatever mag rounds you found up to this point. So you get quite a bit of mag ammo on normal difficulty. That's why I said a few times, like, upon further reflection, I would recommend being a little bit more generous with the mag and just letting loose. Like, again, at the snake fight, that's a prime example, or maybe the spider fight, because you're going to get 12 more rounds and you only need 6 to do the final boss that we're going to be doing, because he's really easy. So the Magnum and the grenade launcher, the 2 most powerful weapons you have, if you feel like going nuts with them, feel free to go nuts, because you're going to get everything that you need to take down that boss easily in the lab. So just keep that in mind for when you do your playthroughs, and because if you do these little changes to this guide that I have said, you should be able to clock in a faster time than I did, and there is a slight chance you could get the infinite RPG in your first go. So please, because obviously, you know, I know this game's been out for a while, and I know some people are probably like, I really want to get infinite ammo, but they just can't seem to get fast enough, and then they look up speedrunners, and they just, you know, some people, considering there's 7 billion people in the world, I don't think this is a stretch to say that there's some people that just can't do it. They just don't have the skill for it. They're just not that good at games in general. That's just how it is. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying that that's a pretty reasonable assumption to make, considering there's like 7 billion people in the world, and not everyone's going to be great at everything. That's just facts. So, and that's part of the reason why I was making this guide, was to make it a bit more casual, so someone who can just, you know, even if it takes a bit longer than, let's say, someone than trying to do a proper speed run and learning all these speedrunning skills that you would use while playing a normal run with ammo and everything, right? This is just how, like, this is how someone who's a bit closer to being a casual would play the game. Do I save here? I think I do save here. But do I save? Oh, I do save here. I guess if I really wanted to, I could have cut this video out and just made the whole lab area its own video, but why not? We'll just make it one whole video, one big grand finale, and then the infinite RPG run that we're gonna do will be a separate series. Well, not really a separate series, but it'll be the second half of this series. So, yeah, let's just commit, shall we? You notice how I pulled out my canteen and my lighter, because and the reason for that is because you're gonna end up getting a fuel. You're gonna end up carrying fuel, like nitro compound fuel, highly explosive, and it even says when you grab it that if you run, there's a chance of exploding. So it's one of those things where it's like I don't think it really matters if you like get grabbed or if you get attacked, but it's one of those things where because you can't run, you gotta walk super slow, so it's really hard to avoid zombies because you just can't, you know what I mean? So it's just, so like I basically do, like, it doesn't really matter if you had like the infinite RPG, for example, because you can just one hit kill these zombies, you know, just leave them where they are, and if they mutate into Crimson Heads, you can one-hit kill them again, and it's just faster than just burning them and wasting inventory space when you can just one-hit kill them anyway, you know what I mean? So you're gonna see me do that. But again, I already had 2 canteen fuel in my item box, and then the kerosene can that we passed a second ago also has 4 uses. So I walked into this lab with a total of 6 uses, but there's only a total of 5 zombies to worry about, because one of them is a different type of zombie, and I don't think he can mutate into a Crimson Head, and even if he does, he's in an area that you're never going to visit again after you do what you need to do there, so it doesn't matter. But the 3 zombies that I killed up there, and these 2 zombies in this corridor, that you're gonna see me, the one I just killed, his head exploded, so I don't need to worry. But the other one that was in that room, you know, that corridor and stuff, I am gonna have to kill. So I did walk in with plenty of kerosene to where I was gonna be perfectly fine. And now, like, you come in here, and if this was your very first playthrough, you would have to go to a specific room, and you'd have to read a document that gave you this login info. But of course, because I played the game a ridiculous amount of times, I already know the login info. It's John for the login, and then the password is Ada, A-D-A, Ada. And then you have to do like a puzzle that I'm completely skipping, because honestly, to this day, I still don't quite fully understand the puzzle, and I can't really tell when it's done right and when it's not right, so I kind of looked it up and I just made a mental note to memorize it. So to access that one door, B2F, is cell, C-E-L-L, like the cells in your body. So yeah, but once you type in the login info and then you open both of those doors, one of which needs the cell password, you're good to go. You can completely bypass the room with the puzzle to get that login info and the door info for the cell stuff, and you can just completely bypass the room and save yourself time. Which is why it's good to memorize those things. That also means that there's a total of 2 documents throughout that I intentionally skipped. One is in an earlier episode because it triggered zombies where I was going to take a hit, and I explained that. And then the documents that are in that puzzle room, I also skipped because we're just completely bypassing that room. This code is another code that I memorized because you need to get in here to grab a key. I think I just didn't grab that first aid spray because I had more than enough. I'm pretty sure I just kind of said screw it. I grabbed the shotgun shells even though you have more than enough, like by quite a fucking lot actually. But anyway, as you can see, there's there's that body right there. We're gonna go refill our kerosene after we burn this guy. Oh, that's what I should have done, but I guess in the heat of the moment I completely forgot there was another zombie that I needed to kill, because so I would have saved time if I just went ahead and refilled my kerosene on the off chance I didn't blow his head off, which is exactly what happened. I didn't blow his goddamn head off, unfortunately. I did kill him in one hit though. So that was very unfortunate. I used the laboratory key to unlock that door, but but you don't need to go through that door, the first door that we unlocked, unless you're actively going to save Chris, or if you're playing as Chris, you know, save Jill. Like they swap. But yeah, but because we're not doing that, we don't need to go in there. Plus, we would need the MO discs, and we don't have any. Even though we know where 2 of them are, we didn't grab the 3rd one, so there's no point. Yes, there's shotgun shells in that room, I think, but we have more than enough to where it doesn't matter at all. We have a massive abundance. Yeah, coming in here to put stuff away and get some heals. Yeah, as you could see, 6 shots in the regular mag, 6 shots in Barry's mag, and then I think, what was it, 18 rounds total? So you get a total of 30, if my math is correct. Yeah, about 30. If I was looking at that right, it should be 30. So yeah, if you kill Barry and you take his 6 shots that he gets in his mag, that's a total of 30 shots. If you decide to not kill him and not take his mag, then you get 6 shots less, which would be 24. But so depending on how you make that decision, you have 24 to 30 shots that you get throughout the entire game. So just keep that in mind, that like when you walk into your playthrough as Jill, if you're going for infinite ammo and you know you're going to use the mag, just keep in mind, am I going to kill Barry? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, you have 30 shots throughout the whole game. If your answer is no, then you have 24 shots throughout the whole game. So just keep that in mind. But as long as you keep that in mind and you make a mental note of how many shots you've taken, and to remember to have at least 6 for the final fight, and then you can just use the other ammo for your other guns that you've been using, right? Then you should have no issue. You can just go through the game easy fucking peasy. All the boss fights will be a cakewalk. Just save the mag for the boss fights and you'll be fine. And then maybe the grenade launcher for like the hunters instead of using your shotgun. And then you can just use the shotgun for like the regular zombies. Like once you get to a significant ammo amount, that's probably a good strat that you could do. Once you get closer to the middle of the game, like when you finish the Residence, for example. Yeah, but now we got the fuel container, so now we're gonna go and refuel, and I think we're gonna go in. Yeah, I think we're gonna go and refill our canteen real quick. Yeah, and we're gonna go burn that zombie because, like I said, when we fill this canister with nitro fuel, we can't run, and I think you can take damage and be fine, but obviously it's been so long since I've been using infinite ammo and just one tap killing him that like I honest to God can't remember. If any of you are watching this do remember, please feel free to put it in the comment section below and add your thoughts on, depending on what the answer is, if my strategy could have changed and been faster. Please put that down there for, you know, to help all the other people watching this. But yeah, just kill all the zombies, the 5 zombies. You should have more than enough kerosene to do it, especially if you brought 2 fuel from the mansion or whatever into it to give you 6 uses. You'll have more than enough. You don't need to worry about stacking them. I mean, you will have to go back and refuel, but that's fine. But yeah, now we're gonna go turn the power on. That door right there, behind Jill, is the door with the puzzle and the document that gives you the passwords for the computer. But again, if you memorize the codes, you completely bypass that room altogether. Because I don't think there's any loot that's worth a damn, except for maybe pistol ammo. Maybe I could be wrong. There might be some good loot in there, but again, by this point in the game, especially on normal difficulty, as you can see, we have tons of ammo for every weapon type. So you don't really need to worry about it. It's just best for time if you're going for infinite ammo and you're trying to be, fast as fuck boy. For time, just completely bypass that room. As you can see, I completely bypassed grabbing ammo there too even though I could have grabbed it, but I didn't need it. And yeah, I was an idiot and I kept spamming the X button like an idiot trying to get out of that faster, but then I kept triggering again, so that was me being a dumbass. You also should have saw some film on that desk in the room. Like, it should have been very obvious. That film you would have taken up to the upstairs board meeting room where we got that laboratory key. And when you turn on the projector, you would put that film in the projector and it would have given you the code to get that laboratory key. But again, if you memorize the code, you completely bypass that and save time altogether anyway. Because instead of having to shift through the slideshow on the projector to get to the right thing, you just... Yeah, see? That... Yeah, so just bypass that. Oh no, I did grab it. Okay. Yeah, but this is good because now, with the exception of those cockroach fuckers in the fuel room, which are fairly easy to take out, but they can one-hit kill you if you don't have a defensive item. If they grab you and pull you to the roof, like if they're on the roof and they pull you up, unless you have a defensive item, I think more specifically the stun gun, then you basically are fucked. They can insta-kill you, I believe, but more often than not, they don't. They're on the ground, so you have more than enough time to just shoot them with because it's usually like 2 or 3 shots that they die. I think in terms of damage, they're weaker than hunters. Like, they're pretty easy to kill, but at worst, they're pretty comparable to hunters, so they're fairly easy to kill. Just be a little cautious. I don't know why I came in here because honestly, there's no point. Oh, it's putting that stuff away, that's why. As you can see, I have a ton of heals, so if you want to cut back on the blue and the green herbs just a little bit, that'll save you time for looting. You can see I have a ton of ammo for all the other guns, so that should give you a pretty good idea that, on how to strategize your weapons a bit better than I did. Like, I would use the grenade launcher for the hunters, Magnum for the bosses, and then shotgun when you get later in the game. Like, again, like I would say from the moment you finish the residence, if you implement that strat with the grenade launcher and the shotgun, you should be plenty fine. Or hell, even using the grenade launcher for regular zombies. I mean, again, we only fought like what, 3 hunters in the mansion, and then we actually fought 2 hunters in the caves. The 3 or 5 in total. And with the amount of grenades that we had, like, you could have just went the whole mansion and the whole caves with just the grenade launcher. And then, like, when you got into the spider fight, pull out the mag real quick. And then if just pull out the mag, and if you end up not killing the spider with the 6 shots you have in the mag, you can just use the grenade launcher. You should have plenty of ammo in it. But yeah, these are things that I'm noticing, and I'm trying to be very concise to the best of my ability, because like I do want people even people that feel like they're not that good at the game and they don't really like to speedrun it, but they want the infinite ammo so they can be a bit more chillax with it and just enjoy gameplay. Like, I want people to be able to be very carefree about this game and have these very easy, simple strats that they could do that don't require them to be professional speedrunners. You know? These guys are very easy to avoid. Just run right through them. There's like one or two, and there's like one in here specifically. Oh, two actually that you need to kill. Why I reloaded there was me being an idiot. Yep. Sometimes they take more damage than you would think, and part of that might be the angle or just how you hit them. Yep, but now that we've started the generator, we can go straight to the final boss and finish the game. See? Are you guys excited? Because I'm gonna do one final item box look. Mind you, you're gonna get shotgun shells right before you open the door to the final boss. Keep that in mind. So we're gonna get like another, like, what, 6 shotgun shells. So like when we look at the item box, just add an additional 6 shells, and that'll be your final shotgun count that we will have walking into this final boss fight. And like I said, it's ridiculous how much ammo you have for all these fucking weapons, man. Like, just look at this stupid fucking bullshit here. Yeah, see, because you got, like, including the 10 shells that are in the shotgun itself, you have 27 right now, so 27 plus 6. So that should be 33 shotgun shells, 30 magnum ammo, 9 regular grenades, 9 regular grenades, 6 acid rounds, and then 12 incendiary rounds. So that's a total of 12 plus 9 would be 21, if I remember correctly. And then add 6, so about 27 grenade shells altogether, I think. My math might be a little bit wrong because it's not like I have a calculator out and I'm trying to do mental math in my head and also commentate and just, yeah, a lot going on. But as you can see now that we're at literally the final boss, and the final boss literally only takes like 6 fucking magnum shots, and you'll see here in a second how fucking stupid easy he is. Like, it's the secret boss. Like, if you save everybody, in this case, since we're playing as Jill, Barry, and Chris, if you save Barry and Chris and you actually have to do the secret boss, then he's a bit of a challenge because you actually got to deal quite a bit of damage. And, you know, like, more than just a couple mag shots. Like, you gotta kind of beat him down a little bit, as you should for the final boss. He should be quite challenging even with the mag, but not overly tough, you know, especially considering how rare the mag ammo is compared to all the other ammo types. You know what I mean? But like I said, so I just hit my mic again. I'm sorry.
Barry's a disappointment.
But like I said, as you can see with the amount of ammo that we have for all those weapon types, like, feel free to be a bit more generous with it. Like I said, boss fights, mag.
Why eliminate stars?
Like,
Believe it or
except
not,
for the first
that's
boss
Umbrella's
fight with
intention.
Yawn, if you really want to
So
go for
having
the assault
stars
shotgun,
is
which you
about
should if you're going for an infinite ammo run,
inconvenience.
because it saves you time if you end up
You're
needing
just
that
like all
shotgun.
the other things.
And
A
again,
slave of Umbrella.
and again, you only took like what, 3 grenade shots to trigger the cutscene with
Smart
Richard to
girl.
get the
But I think you
assault shotgun
misunderstand.
right. And again, you have plenty of grenade
Things you
launchers,
mention are nothing.
right?
I'll
So
burn all
the
of
first
them all
boss
over this
fight,
entire labyrinth.
grenade launcher with the snake until you trigger the cutscene, and then just leave the room with the assault shotgun.
What?
Preferably
What are
without
you
getting hit
planning?
and having to go to the med
I
lab
wanna
to
show
treat your
you
poison.
something.
Preferably, but if you get hit, oh well. All the other subsequent boss fights, use the mag. Hunters, grenade launcher. Hell, even some zombies use the grenade launcher. And if you somehow run out of grenades, which I highly doubt, then use the shotgun from there. Because your mag ammo will take care of the bosses, and all the other enemies that are not bosses, with the assault shotgun, if you run out of grenades, will fall really quick. Like zombies, 1 to 2 hits. More often than not, if you know what you're doing, you'll blow up their heads. Hunters,
Ultimate life form.
you're only gonna fight 5 of them in total. You'll have more than enough grenades to deal with them, and they'll probably die in 1 hit. Is actually, especially if you use acid rounds, because I think acid rounds kill them in 1 hit, if I remember correctly. So use the acid rounds, 1-tap all of those bastards with a grenade launcher, and you'll still have 1 left over. You know, so these things will help you save time instead of having to waste 3 shells like I did with the hunters and stuff. See, all these little things that I'm telling you now, plus all the little mistakes that I commented on in the previous videos, all these things, if you're lucky, will make you able to get the infinite RPG in your first playthrough. There is a slight chance that that's not the case and you still have to do a second playthrough, but because you'll have the infinite, you see right there, look how quickly he fucking died. But yeah, but anyway, so like all these things, like these little tactic changes that I'm telling you now, plus all of the things that I commented on about the mistakes I made in other videos and how to fix them, if you add all of these changes into this guide, you should very easily be able to get infinite handgun no problem. And like I said, if you're very lucky, you might even be able to, I mean, for fuck's sake, you might even be lucky enough to get your infinite RPG in the first playthrough. But again, if somehow you don't, if somehow you fail to do so, then that's fine. At least you know you can do your second playthrough with the infinite handgun, and it'll make the first half of your experience, you know, so much easier, because the infinite handgun not only is infinite ammo, but it does more damage, and I believe has a higher critical chance of blowing up their heads. So it'll just make the game a lot easier, you know. Yeah, of course, when you finish that crappy ball, I say crappy because how quick it is, but when you go to leave the lab, you're gonna get, I use the term swarmed loosely, but you're gonna get swarmed with, those cockroach bastards. But, yeah, once you leave that area, if you burned everyone up here, or blew up their heads, there shouldn't be any crimson heads to deal with, and you just come out, and you just leave the mansion. Or leave the lab, but the lab's part of the mansion. You get what I'm saying. You're gonna see me do something stupid, and I've done this multiple playthroughs, and I don't know why, but I keep checking to see once I get that lab key from Wesker's dead body or whatever, if I can go back up that elevator that we took to get down to the lab. And that's what you're seeing me doing right now. Like, I just left the door. And I go check, and it's going to tell me I can't check. But every other key in the game, once you use it for its intended purpose, discards. But this key didn't. So I still, to this day, don't stand what other door I'm supposed to use that key for. And the only other door I can really think of is Chris. But then again, what about the MO disc? Because, like, I don't know. I, honest to God, have no damn clue. Maybe I just haven't done it the right way all these times. Who knows? But either way. Yeah, this elevator that we're gonna go up right here. Yeah, I didn't have the inventory space, so I just went ahead and used a first aid spray. But if you did things differently and you saved Barry or you saved Chris, because like I said, I'm pretty sure it only takes one of them to trigger the secret boss. If you had any of them alive, when you go up this elevator, you would have to fight the secret boss, which is the Tyrant again, but he actually can deal damage and he can run and he's a lot harder to deal with. And then you beat the game. It'll go into the final cutscene and give you your stats. But like I said, because we're alone, all we do, it'll just trigger the final cutscene after we use the signal rockets and we're done. We beat the game. And that final boss, especially when you don't have infinite ammo for anything, yeah, using the mag is nice and it helps, but the screwed up part is with the secret boss is that you can, the secret boss, like the Tyrant again, can kill the people that you brought into the fight with you, like Barry or Chris or whatever, so you gotta be careful and try to kill them relatively quick in order to get the best ending, because the ending can slightly change based on who survives that secret fight. So there's multiple endings per character, but and obviously the bad ending is basically you beating the game as fast as possible without getting, like, saving people and getting Chris and doing all these extra things that you can easily avoid. Alpha Team's finest. Every woman for herself. That because everyone else died and you're the only survivor. Ooh, spooky. Of course, it's end credits. If you want to watch them when you do your run, more power to you, but I'm going to skip it.
Jill, you did a fine job.
See, 3 hours, 59 minutes, 51 seconds. And in order for us to get the infinite handgun, we had to beat it in under 5 hours. So, but keep in mind, what I said in the previous episodes about how I beat the Residents a bit faster because I died and did the Residents a second time off camera, and I did some changes that I didn't show you, which I really should have. So I would say, just to be safe, add probably about 5 minutes to that time. So we did this about just over 4 hours. So all we really need to do is shave just a little over an hour off our time and we will get the infinite RPG no problem. See? There you go. And then you make a clear save that you will load on future playthroughs to get your infinite ammo back on future playthroughs. You know, but that's it. We did it. And now, with the infinite handgun on our second playthrough, we should easily shave off all that time and get the infinite RPG no problem. And if for whatever reason you don't, you can always try again. And just keep in mind your mistakes and try to implement fixes to those mistakes, just like I've been trying to do with this post-commentary. But it should be very easy to get the infinite RPG on your next run. Just be quick. Yeah. And, oh, black screen. Yep. But yeah, I think, like I said, I can't remember for the goddamn life of me if cutscenes are included in the final time, because that might have been an influence, and there's enough there where there's probably like a half hour's worth of cutscenes or so, probably. Actually, let's look it up together real quick, shall we? Why not? Does cutscenes count time RE? Cutscenes do not count towards your completion time. And I'm gonna actually type in specifically RE1. What? No. Okay, I was right. Okay, I was right. According to this, assuming it's correct, cutscenes do count in your in-game time. So like if you implement my fixes and you skip the cutscenes, because you can always replay the game for the story at a later date, you know. Um, like so if you skip the cutscenes, all of them, and you skip reading the documents, and you implement all of the fixes and changes that I said throughout this series when regarding the mistakes that I've made, and again using the Magnum and grenade launcher more often because of how much ammo we had, like I just said in this video. Like you implement all these changes and skip the documents and skip the cutscenes, you actually have a very solid chance of getting Infinite RPG your first run. It is very doable. But, like I said, in this run, we failed to do so, but we got the handgun. So now I'm going to show you. I'm deciding to not play as Chris. I was kind of debating back and forth if I should try it as Chris, but then I thought, well, even though I'm talking over cutscenes, I mean, you can still read the subtitles for people, because I explained my mentality in the first episode. But especially since cutscenes count towards the timer, and this is more about getting the infinite ammo weapons, more so the story. If I want to do like a proper story run where I shut up during cutscenes and read the documents myself, I can always make another series. So I have decided that on the second half of this series, I'm going to be playing Jill again, but I will be skipping documents, I will be skipping cutscenes, and obviously I'll have the infinite handgun. So the second part of this series is going to show you how to implement the infinite handgun to ensure that you definitely get the infinite RPG on your second run if you don't do it your first run. Alright? I've been rambling a little bit too much, but like I said, trying to be thorough. I just want you guys to, for me personally, I want to have that sense that you guys can understand everything that I'm saying, and I'm probably being overly thorough. But yeah, that's it. And I will see you guys on the next half of this series where we replay Jill and with the infinite handgun. I will see you guys next time.